Hello, good people, once again. Nuvi 205. Running my latest maps. 2026 January release. Which is at sat103.com right now. And I thought I'd break out the old boy here. Well, one of the old boys. The 200 series, like I just said, it was a 205. This one, no text-to-speech on this one, pre-recorded voice only. I've mentioned that before.
In half a mile, exit right.
And I have the Australia Matilda voice on this right now. Love the way this looks. Just the whole, especially in two-dimensional view, the track-up view, which is what I have on this now. Oh, I might as well show this.
Exit right.
Yeah, there she is. United States 2026 January. Full United States. As always. And I'm going around a bend right now. This is not a special vehicle icon, by the way. The little boots walking thing. That was in a bunch of Garmin's. I think it comes on all the 200 series. Pretty sure. The only time it would be missing is if someone deleted it accidentally or something like that. But if you have one and it's still original and you've never deleted anything off of it, you should have the little walking boots thing. It actually operates smoother in two-dimensional than it does in three-dimensional. Like if I run over to 3D, I mean it's okay in 3D, but not as fluid. Yeah, that's 3D. It chops up a bit in 3D mode. Yeah. Frame rate gets quite a bit slower. I mean, it works. But when we run over to 2D, oh, there we go. Yeah. Frame rate speeds up quite a bit. Nice. I mean, does that really matter? I guess not, but it's just something I notice with it. It still amazes me that even on something as old as this, that when you put OpenStreetMap maps on it like mine, how fast this thing calculates routes. It's great. Now, I will not claim, and I've never claimed, that the address search works that great with OpenStreetMap, because it really never has. Maybe someday in the future, once the maps start getting better, sure. But it's still the best course of action when you're going to navigate anywhere is just to go to where to.
In half a mile, keep left. And
do the coordinates thing. You get your coordinates from Google Maps or from Bing Maps or whatever that you use, and then you just save them as favorites. That's the easiest way to do it, because anytime you punch in coordinates, you can save it as a favorite. And then that works fine. I mean, in the way that I drive, anyway, or should I say in the way that I navigate, what I do is I just have a set number of places that I go and save them as favorites, and then that's how I do it. I mean, I'm not... oh, and if I need to find any place new, I will look that up on Google Maps or Bing Maps and just go for it like that. And then, again, punch in the coordinates and off I go. Or sometimes I'll even go so far as to make my own little POI database. Do that too. But you can do it just as easily with favorites. Oh yeah, I should note that. Sometimes when the feet don't move on this little vehicle icon thing, it does that when it's turning sometimes. Kind of neat. Another old school one I have some newer ones in here just because I wanted to put them in. But another one I believe is the beach ball. That's an old one. Do I have the beach ball? Oh, I do. I do have the beach ball. Yeah. Oh, this is why I don't use it, because it puts this huge outline around it. Yeah, that's why I don't use it. I was wondering why. That might not be on all of them. I got to see which one has the full proper transparency on it. Another one which is kind of. This one looks really good in 3D actually. The Navigon vehicle icon. Yeah, that looks really nice actually. I do like that one. But let's see if there's any other animated one I could show. Because I've got a few here. Yeah, see if the transparency was complete. In 3D, you get the transparency and totally works, but in 2D, not so much. Oh yeah, the Christmas. This one, I believe. Oh yeah, it does. I got that Christmas light, and it goes off and on like that. I think it will do it here. Yeah, there it goes. I mean, it's after Christmas now, but you know, whatever. Anyway, like I was saying though, yeah, when you use one of these, if you decide to still use one, if you're putting maps on it just to resurrect it, so to speak, so you can use it again, getting locations by GPS coordinates, you have to get used to that. You just do when you're going to look up any location. And in my past videos, I've shown how to do that. You get used to it. You do. I've done it enough times where there's a few of them I even have committed to memory, which is crazy. It's almost like remembering phone numbers. Because what is it? Like, when you do coordinates, see, it shows 5 after the decimal point, but you actually don't need...
In half a mile, exit right.
You actually don't need 5. You can get away with 4 and just round it up. So if it was this one, it would be north 36, 1436, west 86, 7381, because the 5 bumps the 0 to a 1. And then if you punch that in, also, yeah, when you punch this in, on this one in particular, you don't have to put in all 5. You can put in just 4, like this, and it will just automatically add the 0. So you can do that if you want. And I believe it's only for the 200s, because on all the other ones you have to add all 5, and even if you have to punch in that 0 manually at the end, I mean, you have to do it. But on this one,
en route.
You don't, which is neat, kind of convenient, especially considering you're going. To be using coordinates a lot when you OpenStreetMap anyway. I'm going to give another vehicle icon here. The one where I do want that outline, and I have it on this, is the traditional blue arrow. Not this one. See, that one doesn't have the outline in 2-dimensional, but that one does. I actually have both. There's 2 versions of this. There's one with the outline in 2-dimensional and one that doesn't. Like if I go to 3D in this one, you will notice all the transparency works exactly as it should. But I don't necessarily like using it because it casts just the way the animation, not the animation, the icon was done was a big dark shadow underneath it. But when I do 2D, yeah, I got the white arrow. Now, interestingly, I might as well show that too. If I change over to the modern arrow, which I believe I took this off a Drive Smart 50 and just put it on here. Yeah, the modern arrow. In 3D, this one looks way better. The shadow is still there, but it's not as huge. I actually like it a lot better. But it suffers when you go into two-dimensional, so it's like, okay. Just little things like that. Go back to the other arrow there. Nope, not that one. That one. There we go. Even though I have the ability to put the here maps on here in not so honest ways, I actually prefer to use the OpenStreetMap maps on this on 200 series just because the route calculation is so much faster. It's ridiculously fast. I can calculate a 500-mile trip in just seconds with this thing, which is just great. But if I was using here maps, oh god, it takes so long to crunch through the map data. But on this one, with OpenStreetMap, no. And I believe the reason for that is because the newer Garmin maps use a NT. That's not a Windows thing, that's a Garmin thing. And they use a compression technology on there. So the 200 has to work harder in order to crunch through the data. But with my maps, it uses the older style, which is the not compressed, uncompressed, if you will, and so it just has a lot easier time crunching through all those map tiles, and you get on your way quicker. So anyway, yeah, the January 2026 maps are out. You can download it at sat103.com.